Our Earth is not just a piece of land made of dirt and rocks. It holds mysteries so extraordinary that even scientists are left speechless when they encounter them. For billions of years, this planet has endured devastating asteroid impacts, catastrophic natural disasters, and countless changes brought by the passage of time. And in the process, it has created wonders that are beyond human imagination. Looking at these natural marvels feels as if you have arrived on another world, where even the air seems filled with mystery. Your heart begins to race, and your eyes start searching for untold stories hidden in every direction. So let's begin this mysterious journey that will leave you truly mesmerized. Giant's Causeway. At first glance, the Giant's Causeway on the coast of Northern Ireland looks like it was built by a master engineer. But these remarkable structures were created by nature itself. Along the shoreline, thousands of dark stone columns stand together in such a perfectly organized pattern that they resemble a massive staircase or roadway. Some are small, some are large, but most of them are hexagonal in shape. Around 40,000 basalt columns rise from the ground as if each one had been carefully measured and placed by hand. But the truth is even more astonishing. About 60 million years ago, this region experienced intense volcanic activity. As molten lava spread across the surface and slowly cooled, it began to shrink, creating natural cracks in the rock. Over millions of years, those cracks formed the nearly hexagonal columns that can be seen today. But the local people prefer a different story over the scientific explanation. According to an ancient Irish legend, this pathway was not created by a volcano, but by a giant named Finn McCool. It is said that he built the road across the sea so he could challenge another giant who lived in Scotland. Among the Giant's Causeway's most famous rock formations are the Organ, the Giant's Boot, and the Camel. Devil's Tower. In the middle of the vast grasslands of Wyoming, USA, a massive rock formation suddenly rises from the landscape, looking as though an ancient civilization built a gigantic tower and left it standing in the middle of the plains. But the astonishing truth is that this entire structure is completely natural. Standing 867 feet tall, Devil's Tower is considered one of the world's most mysterious geological formations. Its most distinctive feature is the long, perfectly straight cracks running down its sides. These fractures divide the rock into towering columns that resemble the pillars of a gigantic temple. That's why people seeing it for the first time often find it hard to believe that it wasn't built by human hands. Scientists believe that millions of years ago, molten magma rose from deep within the earth but cooled and solidified before it could reach the surface. Over time, the surrounding softer rock gradually eroded away, leaving behind this massive stone pillar. Today, we know it as Devil's Tower. It became even more famous around the world after appearing in the 1977 film Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where it was portrayed as the site of alien contact, further strengthening its mysterious reputation. Devil's Tower may be a witness to time itself, standing here long before humans existed and perhaps remaining long after they are gone. Angel Falls, the world's tallest waterfall. Angel Falls in Venezuela is truly one of nature's greatest wonders. With a total height of about 979 meters and an uninterrupted drop of 807 meters, Angel Falls is so tall that it is often compared to New York's Empire State Building. But the real amazement begins when you see it with your own eyes. The waterfall plunges from the top of a massive tabletop mountain into the rainforest below. Its height is so extraordinary that the water often turns into a fine mist before it even reaches the ground. From a distance, it looks as though a giant white silk curtain is descending from the clouds to the earth. What's even more fascinating is that this waterfall remained hidden from the world for centuries. Although it was discovered in the 1930s, reaching it is still extremely difficult because of the dense rainforest, towering mountains, and remote terrain. Most visitors must first fly in small aircraft to Canaima National Park. From there, they spend hours traveling by boat along the river, followed by a hike through the jungle. Only then do they catch their first glimpse of one of the world's greatest natural wonders. Pulpit Rock. Rising about 604 meters above Norway's Lysefjord is a massive cliff that, at first glance, looks like a natural balcony. But the moment you reach its edge, you realize that this is one of the most thrilling places on Earth. This remarkable cliff is known as Pulpit Rock. Jutting out over the deep fjord below, this enormous rock has stood here for thousands of years. What makes it even more astonishing is that there are no guardrails and no safety barriers. Between you and the hundreds of meters of open drop below lies only a few steps. Visitors reach Pulpit Rock after an approximately 8-kilometer through mountains, lakes, and rocky trails. With every turn, the scenery becomes more breathtaking, constantly reminding you that you're heading towards somewhere extraordinary. Then, suddenly, the trail ends, and the spectacular view of Lysefjord appears before your eyes. It is this unforgettable sight that attracts nearly 300,000 visitors every year. Wadi Rum, located in southern Jordan. Wadi Rum is considered one of the most spectacular desert landscapes in the world. Endless stretches of red and orange sand, towering sandstone mountains rising from the desert, natural rock arches, and narrow canyons give this place the appearance of another planet. That's why it is often called the Valley of the Moon. Some of the rock formations here are nearly 500 million years old. Over millions of years, wind and erosion have sculpted them into incredible shapes, some resembling enormous castles, while others look like the walls of ancient temples. For thousands of years, this region served as a route for traders and Bedouin nomadic tribes. Even today, ancient inscriptions and rock carvings can still be seen on its cliffs, telling the story of the area's rich history. Wadi Rum's popularity can be measured by the fact that several famous films, including The Martian, Dune, and Star Wars, were filmed here. Its vast red desert and extraordinary rock formations give filmmakers the perfect setting to recreate the landscape of Mars. As the sunlight changes throughout the day, the colors of the desert change with it. Golden in the morning, deep red at midday, and glowing orange by evening, Wadi Rum reveals a completely different view with every passing hour. Mesa Verde National Park. At first glance, this place may seem deserted, but hidden within its silence lies a mystery of human history that has fascinated historians for centuries. Here, it wasn't only nature that shaped the landscape. People carved an entire world into the cliffs, creating a civilization that was centuries ahead of its time. Inside natural cracks and caves high in the cliffs are homes with hundreds of rooms, granaries, plazas, and ceremonial sites. Looking at them, it feels as though an entire village was hidden inside the mountain. These remarkable structures were built by the ancestral Puebloans around 800 to 900 years ago. At that time, there were no modern machines, no cement, and no heavy construction equipment. Yet they carved homes directly into the rock walls that are still standing today. More than 600 cliff dwellings have been discovered in Mesa Verde, the most famous of which is Cliff Palace. With around 150 rooms and more than 20 circular kivas, it is considered the largest cliff dwelling in North America. When people see it for the first time, the biggest question that comes to mind is, how did they build an entire community in such a high and difficult location? Historians believe that these homes built into the cliffs stayed cool during the summer and warm in the winter. Their elevated location also provided protection from outside attacks. Even so, life here could not have been easy. Fetching water every day, farming and climbing the steep cliffs must have been among the greatest challenges of their daily lives. Yet by the end of the 13th century, the people living here suddenly abandoned the area. Where did they go? Why did they leave? To this day, no one knows the answer. Lake Baikal, located in the Siberian region of Russia. Lake Baikal is the world's oldest lake, estimated to be around 25 million years old. With a depth of about 1,642 meters, it is also the deepest lake on Earth. It holds nearly 20% of the world's unfrozen fresh water. That's such an enormous amount of water that even if every river on Earth began flowing into it, it would still take about a year to fill. Stretching approximately 636 kilometers in length, the lake is so vast that in many places the opposite shore cannot even be seen. Locals don't simply call it a lake, they call it the Sea of Siberia. The best time to visit Lake Baikal is during the winter. That's when temperatures drop to between minus 20 degrees Celsius and minus 30 degrees Celsius, and the entire lake becomes covered with a thick layer of ice. But this is no ordinary ice. The water is so incredibly clear that in many places the frozen surface looks as transparent as glass. Lake Baikal is also incredibly important for its biodiversity, as it is home to more than 3,500 species of plants and animals. Among them is the Baikal seal, the only seal species in the world that lives entirely in fresh water. Sahara Desert. Stretching across northern Africa, the Sahara Desert is the world's largest hot desert. Covering approximately 9.2 million square kilometers, it is so vast that its size is often compared to that of the United States. It spans 11 countries and covers nearly one-third of the African continent. But unlike how it's often portrayed in movies, the Sahara is not just an endless sea of sand. In fact, only part of it is covered by massive sand dunes. The rest consists of rocky plateaus, volcanic mountains, dry valleys, salt flats, and stony deserts. Some sand dunes rise more than 180 meters high and constantly change shape under the force of the wind. During the day, temperatures here can climb above 50 degrees Celsius, while at night, they can suddenly drop to around the freezing point. Such an extreme temperature difference within a single day is found in very few places on Earth. What's even more surprising is that the Sahara wasn't always as dry as it appears today. According to scientists, thousands of years ago, this region was home to grasslands, lakes, and abundant wildlife. Ancient rock paintings still depict animals such as giraffes, elephants, and hippos, proving that this land was once full of life. Even today, the Sahara is far from empty. It is home to camels, desert foxes, gazelles, snakes, and many unique species of plants and animals. For centuries, nomadic tribes such as the Tuareg have called this desert home, traveling thousands of kilometers across it with their camel caravans. Barringer Meteor Crater, located in the desert of Arizona, USA. Barringer Meteor Crater is considered one of the most famous impact craters on Earth. At first glance, it looks as though a massive piece of the planet was scooped out and thrown away. Measuring about 1.2 kilometers across and nearly 170 meters deep, the crater is so enormous that it could easily hold several football stadiums. But its most astonishing feature isn't its size, it's how it was created. Around 50,000 years ago, A massive iron meteorite, estimated to be about 50 meters wide, slammed into the Earth at a speed of nearly 40,000 kilometers per hour. The impact was so powerful that it released energy comparable to multiple nuclear explosions. In a single instant, millions of tons of rock were blasted into the air, leaving behind the enormous crater that still remains almost unchanged today. Interestingly, for many years, scientists debated whether this crater had been formed by volcanic activity or by a meteorite impact. Later, the discovery of iron and nickel fragments at the site confirmed that it was indeed created by a giant meteor from space. Today, NASA even brings its astronauts here before sending them to the moon, helping them study and better understand impact craters. Kawah Ijen Volcano, located on the island of Java in Indonesia, Kawah Ijen is considered one of the most extraordinary volcanoes in the world. During the day, it is famous for its massive volcanic crater and its turquoise-colored lake. But after nightfall, the entire landscape transforms into something completely different. This is where the world-famous blue fire can be seen. At first glance, it appears as though blue lava is flowing from the volcano. But in reality, it isn't lava at all. Instead, sulfur gases escaping from the volcano come into contact with the air at extremely high temperatures, causing them to ignite into brilliant blue flames. In the darkness, the sight is so unbelievable that many people mistake it for a scene from a science fiction movie. These blue flames can rise as high as 5 meters, making Kawah Ijen a major attraction for travelers and photographers from around the world. Not only that, but the crater lake at the center of the volcano is considered one of the world's largest acidic volcanic lakes. Its water appears a brilliant turquoise, but its acidity is so extreme that it is regarded as one of the most dangerous bodies of water on Earth. What's even more astonishing is that every day, local miners descend into the volcano to collect large chunks of sulfur and carry them out on their shoulders. In many cases, a single miner hauls between 70 and 90 kilograms while climbing the steep trail out of the crater. Performed amid toxic gases and harsh conditions, this is considered one of the toughest jobs in the world. Red Rocks Amphitheater, located in Colorado, USA, Red Rocks Amphitheater is considered one of the most unique open-air music venues in the world. Its greatest distinction is that it wasn't built by humans. It was shaped by nature over millions of years. Two massive red sandstone formations create a natural amphitheater, with seating and a performance stage built between them. These towering rocks rise more than 100 meters high, and their unique shape helps sound travel naturally throughout the entire venue. That's why Red Rocks is regarded as one of the finest concert venues in the world. Legendary artists ranging from the Beatles to U2 and Coldplay have all performed here. Salar de Uyuni, located in Bolivia. Salar de Uyuni is the world's largest salt flat. Covering more than 10,000 square kilometers, this vast white landscape is so enormous that it can even be seen from space. But its true beauty is revealed during the rainy season. When a thin layer of water covers its surface, the entire salt flat transforms into a giant natural mirror. The reflections of the sky, clouds, and sunlight become so perfectly clear that it is often impossible to tell where the earth ends and the sky begins. Thousands of years ago, this area was covered by a massive prehistoric lake. Over time, the water evaporated, leaving behind this immense sea of salt. Today, it contains billions of tons of salt, and beneath its surface lies one of the world's largest lithium reserves. At sunrise and sunset, Salar de Uyuni becomes even more breathtaking, as the entire landscape glows like an endless mirror. That is why it is considered one of the most incredible natural places on Earth. Victoria Falls, located on the border of Zambia and Zimbabwe. Victoria Falls is one of the largest and most powerful waterfalls in the world, stretching about 1.7 kilometers wide and plunging 108 meters. The falls are formed by the Zambezi River. Local people call it Mozi Oa Tunya, which means the smoke that thunders. The name is perfectly fitting because the crashing water generates such an enormous mist that it can rise up to 400 meters into the air and be seen from as far as 50 kilometers away. Every minute, millions of liters of water plunge over the edge. During the rainy season, the flow becomes so powerful that it is often impossible to see the entire waterfall while standing in front of it. All you can experience is the deafening roar of the water and the towering clouds of mist. Another remarkable feature of Victoria Falls is the Devil's Pool. This natural rock pool, located right at the edge of the waterfall, is considered one of the world's most thrilling swimming spots, where visitors can swim just inches from the edge. So, if you're a swimming enthusiast, Victoria Falls could be the perfect weekend destination for you. Ha Long Bay, located along the northern coast of Vietnam, Ha Long Bay is considered one of the most beautiful seascapes in the world. Covering nearly 1,500 square kilometers, the bay is home to more than 1,600 limestone islands and towering rock formations that rise dramatically from the sea. From a distance, they appear like giant green mountains floating on the water. Many of these islands contain caves, hidden lakes, and natural tunnels that have been shaped by millions of years of erosion. According to local legend, in ancient times, a great dragon descended from the sky to protect this region. As it entered the sea, the marks left by its body and tail created the thousands of islands seen today. That's why the name Ha Long is commonly understood to mean descending dragon. Today, Ha Long Bay is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the world's most popular tourist destinations. Visitors explore the islands by cruise boat, discover magnificent caves, and catch glimpses of small floating villages scattered across the bay. In the early morning, when a light mist surrounds the limestone islands, the entire landscape looks like a scene from a historic painting. Grand Canyon, located in the U.S. state of Arizona. The Grand Canyon is one of the largest and most spectacular natural formations on Earth. Carved over millions of years by the Colorado River, this immense canyon stretches about 446 kilometers in length, reaches up to 29 kilometers in width, and descends more than 1.8 kilometers deep. But what makes the Grand Canyon truly extraordinary is not just its enormous size, it's the layers within it. The colorful rock formations visible along the canyon walls preserve nearly 2 billion years of Earth's geological history. As the sunlight changes throughout the day, the colors of these rocks transform as well, shifting from red to orange, from golden to deep purple. The first time you stand on the rim of the Grand Canyon and look down, it's difficult to grasp just how deep it really is. Far below, the Colorado River appears so small that it looks like a thin blue line winding through the canyon. Native American tribes have lived in this region for thousands of years, and many of their legends are connected to the canyon. To them, it is not just a natural formation, but a sacred place. Today, Grand Canyon National Park attracts millions of visitors every year. People come to experience its immense scale through hiking trails, scenic viewpoints, and helicopter tours. The Grand Canyon is at its most breathtaking during sunrise and sunset, when the entire canyon glows in shades of gold and crimson. That is why it is considered not only one of America's greatest natural wonders, but one of the greatest natural wonders in the world. Great Barrier Reef, located off the northeastern coast of Australia, the Great Barrier Reef is the largest coral reef system in the world. Stretching approximately 2,300 kilometers, it is so vast that it can even be seen from space. The reef consists of nearly 3,000 individual reefs and more than 900 islands. But its greatest wonder is not its size. It's the living world hidden beneath its waters. The Great Barrier Reef is often called the rainforest of the sea. It is home to more than 1,500 species of fish, over 400 species of coral, more than 130 species of sharks and rays, and over 30 species of whales and dolphins. Sea turtles, brilliantly colored fish, and giant manta rays make this one of the richest marine ecosystems on Earth. What's truly fascinating is that this entire structure was built over thousands of years by billions of tiny coral polyps. These microscopic organisms leave behind calcium carbonate skeletons, which gradually accumulate over time to form the massive coral reefs we see today. Amazon rainforest. Stretching across 9 countries in South America, the Amazon rainforest is the largest tropical rainforest on Earth. Covering approximately 5.5 million square kilometers, this vast forest is larger than many countries by itself. It is often called the lungs of the Earth because it is one of the world's most important ecosystems. Flowing through the Amazon basin, the Amazon River forms the largest river system on the planet, fed by thousands of tributaries. But the Amazon's greatest treasure is its extraordinary biodiversity. According to scientists, it is home to nearly 40,000 plant species, more than 1,300 species of birds, over 3,000 species of fish, and millions of insect species. Jaguars, anacondas, sloths, pink river dolphins, and poisonous dart frogs are just a few of the remarkable creatures that call this rainforest home. What's even more fascinating is that a large part of the Amazon remains unexplored. New species continue to be discovered, and scientists believe the forest still hides countless mysteries that the world has yet to uncover. In many places, the forest canopy is so dense that very little sunlight reaches the ground below. That's why the Amazon is a world of its own, where every tree, every river, and every sound tells the story of a new discovery. And if you'd like to explore the mysteries of the Amazon rainforest, its uncontacted tribes, dangerous wildlife, and its incredible hidden world in greater detail, you'll find the link to our full documentary in the description below. Mount Everest, located on the border between Nepal and Tibet. Mount Everest is the highest mountain on Earth, standing at 8,848 meters above sea level. This towering peak of the Himalayas was formed millions of years ago by the collision of the Indian and Eurasian tectonic plates. Every year, hundreds of climbers attempt to reach its summit, but extreme cold, thin oxygen, and unpredictable weather make it one of the world's greatest challenges. Reaching the top of Mount Everest is considered one of the toughest mountain climbing experiences on Earth. Pamukkale, located in Turkey, Pamukkale is one of the world's most extraordinary natural wonders. Its name means cotton castle in Turkish. For thousands of years, warm, mineral-rich waters have flowed over the landscape, creating stunning white terraced formations made of travertine. From a distance, the entire area looks as though it is covered in snow, but it is actually formed by layers of mineral deposits. Because of its breathtaking beauty and historical significance, Pamukkale has been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Napali Coast, located on the island of Kauai, Hawaii, the Napali Coast is considered one of the most spectacular coastal landscapes in the world. Stretching approximately 27 kilometers, this coastline is famous for its lush green cliffs that rise thousands of feet straight out of the Pacific Ocean. Millions of years of erosion have carved deep valleys, waterfalls, and hidden beaches throughout the region. Because of its rugged terrain, many parts of the coast can only be reached by boat, helicopter, or on foot. Every year, thousands of visitors come here to experience its breathtaking beauty. So, from Devil's Tower to the mysterious Amazon rainforest, which of these natural wonders Would you want to visit first? And is there a natural wonder near where you live that you think everyone should see? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and share it to help us reach 21,000 likes. And if you want to keep watching more incredible travel documentaries like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell. Thanks for watching.